What is up guys, it's Alex here. We got $2 extra trillion in the economy right now. 2 trillion. Let's look at the zeros. Holy smokes, that's a lot of zeros. And it is forecasted to increase in the future since the economy is pretty much shut down and it's going to continue to be shut down for a couple more months. And more businesses will need money in order to survive during this economic downturn, and more people will need money in order to support themselves and support their lifestyle. I know many people will be happy to receive their paycheck or their stimulus check in the next couple of weeks if they did not receive it yet. An extra $1,200, $2,400, $3,000, or however much you got, I know it's going to be welcomed in tough times like these. On top of this, those extra $600 that many people are going to receive during those tough times are also welcomed, and I'm happy for every single one of you that got your check in the mail, that have funds going through this tough time, and that funds are keep flowing into the system to help those in need. But who's going to pay for all this? And this is the question that I'm going to address in this video as simply as possible. To get straight to the point and kill all attention, it is going to be you, the taxpayer, and me, the taxpayer, who are going to incur all the charges in the future that are due because of this entire stimulus package that is not even done yet. And it's not only you and me that are living at this current time, but also the future generations are the ones that are going to support part of the cost of this entire stimulus package, this entire stimulus bill that's being rolled over into the economy right now. So basically all the newly printed money that flow into the system at this point are mostly borrowed from the future generations, and a part of it borrowed from the current generation. There is no such thing as a free lunch or free money. Whenever someone receives something for free, someone has to pay for it, for lack of a better word. So what is actually happening at this point is that Fed is printing money to support the entire economy that's being shut down due to the bug that shall not be named on YouTube. And with those newly printed money, Fed usually buys debt, treasury bills, mortgages, and all other kinds of debt and some assets to support or to roll those newly printed money into the economy. The current debt to GDP ratio of the United States, basically the amount of debt compared to the amount of gross domestic product that's produced in the United States, is 110%. So basically there's more debt than the entire GDP of the United States. So this debt will have to be paid in the future sometimes. What has been done so far and what is probably going to happen this time is rolling the debt into the future. So basically what they are doing is buying time in order to pay the debt that has been piling up and that will continue to pile up in the future until a certain point that this debt will have to be paid. And the way that this debt is going to be paid is by increasing taxes, dues, or in any other way that they can get some money back to pay the debt that they accrued. Yep, it's that easy. So what we are probably going to see in the future is an increase in taxation on the citizens, especially on the middle class and the lower class and lower middle class, however you want to call it, in order to generate more income to pay some of the debt that has been piling up in the past and that's going to pile up in the future. And as I've said in the beginning, this could happen a year from now, or it could happen for the next couple of decades. We might see slow increases in taxation in order to recuperate as much money as possible, because as I've said, there is no such thing as a free lunch or free money. And in this case, it's probably going to happen in the future, from future generations and from future income. I imagine this like borrowing from your future self, like using a credit card. You borrow money that you don't have at this point to pay them in the future. So you're basically borrowing from your future self. But in this situation, they have a printing press. And whenever debt comes due, they can print money to pay the debt and move the new deadline to another time in the future when they can do this again until a certain point hits and this debt will need to be paid. I know the United States has certain benefits like having the US dollar as a reserve currency, but that doesn't mean that continuing printing money will not weaken the US dollar, and then some countries will try to look at another currency in order to base their reserve on. Alright guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and it was helpful for you. Feel free to demolish the living hells out of the like button and the subscribe button to let the YouTube lords know that you enjoyed this video so they might push it to more people. And until next time, my friends, you've been awesome, I've been Alex, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a wonderful day. Peace!